what is up people, my name is Mamba and I'm here to talk about how not to tilt in Valorant. Imagine you come back from a long day's work and you get some chill games in, and then you get teammates who are either throwing or are absolutely toxic, saying things that they should not be saying. It's pretty easy to get tilted, right? Wrong. I've been getting a lot of toxic teammates in my team lately. They've been either throwers, racists, or they've been giving me personal threats. And the moment you realize all they want to do is to have power over your emotions, it's pretty easy to cope with them. Most of these people will say absolutely unbearable things to try and get a reaction out of you. And trust me, it's natural to want to give it back. But you can't control what they say or do. But what you can control though is how you react to it. And most of these people who shit on you, trust me, you need to understand this. Most of these people have probably never achieved jack in their lives. And this is something even David Goggins spoke about on a podcast, that most of the people who give you shit or try to bring you down are the ones who have nothing better to do with their time, and all they can focus on is how to ruin other people's lives. The moment you understand this is the moment half your problems go away, but that's not it. The second most important trigger I've noticed is that most of the players that I've ever played with in matchmaking, or the players that I've seen, they're extremely goal-centric. They do not focus on the process ever. A lot of times it's very triggering when your duelist is not going in, is not creating enough space. Maybe your sentinel isn't locking down sites properly. Your initiator is not getting you the information or the map control that you need. But the problem is that you cannot control any of it. What you can control though is your own decision making, your own process, and making sure that you fulfill your own role properly. It's frustrating when you lose rounds. It's frustrating when you die. Every single time you either win or lose a round, what you need to ask yourself is, did I make the best possible play with the information that I had? Sure, sometimes you can practically make all the right decisions and still lose the match, still lose a round, still die. You can't control that. But what you can control is making sure that whatever information you had, you processed it correctly, and of course you chose the best possible path. So stop caring about the outcome, stop looking at the scoreboard, and stop playing on autopilot. This is a mistake that so many players make. Even some of my finest teammates have been making. It is the ones that I play Premier with. Slash, I'm looking at you if you're watching this video. I know you run around the base, and that's okay. Everybody does it. Even I used to do it. I'm guilty of doing it myself as well. But the biggest problem is playing on autopilot. So don't look at the scoreboard. Don't look at the outcome. Do not play on autopilot. Take it one round at a time. Take it one play at a time. You know who else has said that? Some of the best Stoic philosophers to have ever lived. Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, Seneca, they've all spoken about this thing in one way or the other. Since the day I've discovered those principles, I've definitely been more in check about the emotions that I feel during the game. With that being said, I recognize we're only human. There will be days when your mind space isn't the best. Maybe you're in a terrible mood, maybe you're in a sad mood, and you will react to something. And that's okay. I'm not saying you have to become a robot. But on days like those, it's important to take a step back, recognize that you're not in a good space, and sit down and process your emotions rather than escaping it with any game, as a matter of fact, not just Valorant, right? Any game that you might play, don't escape them, process them. And the reason why I say this is because on days like that, things can quickly spiral out of control because you're already in a bad mood. You will react to something in the game which will put you in an even worse mood than you were in the first place. And that worse mood is going to feed that thing that you were already feeling before you start playing the match. It becomes a feedback loop, which is not fun. So it's very important to recognize what triggers you and process them, because this is not only going to help you inside the game, it's going to help you outside the game as well. And last but not the least, if you're playing with randoms, lower your expectations. It sounds simple in theory, but it's really, really difficult to apply, because trust me, there will be times when they will get on your nerves and they will act like they know how to play the game better than you. But just focus on your own game. Tell them what you're going to do. Control what you can and let the game play out. Do not let the game have any power over you, because if you're easily provoked, you're easily controlled.